In this video and the following videos, we'll discuss some key structures of the central nervous system. The central nervous system is comprised of three main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brain stem. In this sagittal T1 MRI of the brain, you can see the corpus callosum, the cerebrum, the cerebellum, medulla oblongata, the pons, pituitary, cervical spine, and the calvarian bone. The cerebrum is divided into two almost identical halves known as the cerebral hemispheres. Here in this MRI image, you can see the right and the left half of the cerebral hemisphere. Deep within these halves lie the basal ganglia. On a coronal or axial section of the brain, the outermost area is the cerebral cortex, which is composed of grey matter containing billions of neuronal cell bodies. Again, in this MRI image, you can see the grey matter and the white matter. The white matter of the brain, which is the innermost area, is formed by the axons connected to the cell bodies. One important white matter fiber bundle is the internal capsule, which acts as a pathway for signals and facilitates the flow of information to and from the cerebral cortex. Adjacent to the internal capsule are areas of subcortical grey matter that constitute the basal ganglia. The internal capsule is a key white matter fiber bundle that facilitates the flow of signals to and from the cerebral cortex. On both sides of the internal capsule are subcortical grey matter structures that form the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia is a cluster of nuclei located deep within the brain, beneath the neocortex. It plays a crucial role in motor control as well as functions related to reward and cognition. The basal ganglia acts as a gatekeeper for motor movements, deciding which actions to allow and which to inhibit. For example, you want to draw on a piece of paper. The prefrontal cortex of the brain plans and sends signals to both motor cortex and the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia then assists the motor cortex in preparing for and initiating the action, allowing you to position your arm to start drawing. The basal ganglia play a crucial role in providing feedback to motor cortices for the initiation and control of voluntary movements. The basal ganglia are primarily involved in motor control, initiation, learning, executive functions, and emotional behaviors. They also play a crucial role in reward processing, reinforcement, addictive behaviors, and habit formation. The basal ganglia can also help you to learn how to ride a bicycle. The basal ganglia are a collection of nuclei that include the caudate nucleus, the putamen, the globus pallidus externus, and the globus pallidus internus. These nuclei have highly complex connections with other parts of the central nervous system, like the cerebral cortex, the thalamus, and the brain stem. But the two most important structures that are closely related to the basal ganglia are the substantia nigra of the midbrain and the subthalamic nuclei of the diencephalon. The main components of the basal ganglia include the corpus striatum, which consists of the caudate and lenticular nuclei. The caudate, lenticular nuclei consisting of putamen, globus pallidus externus and internus, subthalamic nucleus, and substantia nigra form interconnected structures that regulate movement.